So if you've clicked on this video, then like me, you're probably worried about what's going to happen in 2021, specifically the impact of the COVID-19 vaccine. Is it going to be the solution? And if so, how long is it going to take? So I'm just going to make a quick video on some of the things that we need to consider when asking ourselves, will the COVID-19 vaccine have a big impact on 2021? And this will help us with our 2021 predictions. So the first thing is, what if the vaccine doesn't work? We're already reading about new strains. Now, my understanding is that the vaccine attacks the protein in the body. Look, I'm no doctor, but there is assurance being given by the medical profession that the vaccine works on any and all strains. But, until that concept is proven, it's definitely something to be concerned about. The other thing is, do we know that the vaccine even works? Because there's been so much pressure to release a vaccine as soon as possible. The likelihood of insufficient testing is pretty high. I mean, countries are fending away pressure to release and to test and to put the vaccine into circulation every single day. Governments are under huge pressure to do this. So the likelihood of insufficient testing really concerns me. The long-term impacts of COVID in general and even of the vaccine are relative unknowns. So I'm sure people are going to be afraid of this or uncertain around this. The second thing that I'm sort of thinking about or wondering about is the time and the cost to distribute this vaccine globally. I mean, this vaccine has got to get to each and every person for it to theoretically eradicate COVID-19. That's every country in the world, both third and first world. There is no country on the globe that is COVID-free. This thing is literally spread as a phenomenon across the world. The vaccine would therefore have to be very far-reaching and include everybody. That's surely going to take a lot of time. Think about it practically. Think about it logistically. How are you going to immunize 7 billion people? Think about the fact that right now you've got hardly any planes in circulation. Now suddenly we're going to have to cycle up all these charter planes to move these pharmaceuticals globally. And, if the world ever has a track record of something, it's not getting along and not agreeing. So fights about who needs to be prioritized, who's going to go first, whose vaccine we're going to use are almost inevitable. And politics and all the power plays and agendas and bureaucracy as well. So this stuff is all kind of scary, to be honest. Think about the impact on hospital capacity. People going to hospital for the immunizations. Think of the queues. Think of production capacity. How many jabs of this vaccine are going to have to be created daily, weekly, monthly to keep up with the demand? Is this even feasible? The thing that scares me the most is that people are going to get infected on the way to becoming immune. Think about this. You're going to be standing in queues, people who are sick or have symptoms or are contagious, because there are just so many daily infections in so many big countries like the UK and the US that the chances of people getting infected on the way to becoming immune or on the way to attempt to become immune is so high. How are they going to control this? Right now, with lockdowns and other preventative mechanisms, we can't contain the spread. So what is the likelihood that you're going to contain the spread when people are out in a queue waiting to go and get the jab? I think the main reason why everybody is so interested is when the news of the vaccine came, it was almost seen as, finally, the solution is here. We're saved. It's all good. But I think for the reasons that I've mentioned, it is going to take time. And the concern for me is that the clock is ticking. Businesses are struggling. They are running out of time. They are burning through cash. So I'm concerned about governments eventually running out of the capacity to produce more stimulus. I'm concerned about jobs and people losing their jobs because of the fact that these businesses just cannot make it any longer. I'm concerned about people's personal finances. So the message that I want to leave you with today, I didn't want to make you scared or worried. I just wanted us to all really sort of be on par with the fact that this thing is far from over. We don't know if the vaccine is going to work or when it is going to work. So please stay cautious, stay vigilant, look after yourselves, look after each other. And I'm sure we will get through this. And the fact that there is a vaccine does definitely show us that there's some light at the end of the tunnel. But this is not a snap your fingers, the vaccine is here and all is now well again. I think this will take time, a lot of cooperation, and a lot of patience. And I truly hope that it turns out to be easier than what I've mentioned here. In other words, governments have come up with solutions to the problems that I've sort of flagged, and they found ways to roll out the immunizations such that we can start to contain, reduce the spread, and eventually eradicate this dreadful disease that has really torn so many families and people apart in 2020. So let's hope that we start to see the turn in 2021. I don't think it'll be over. I don't think all will be said and done. But let's hope by the time we're talking this time next year that things have dramatically improved. Thanks for watching. It's just my thoughts on this topic. I don't normally speak about COVID-19 and that sort of stuff. It's just so relevant for so many of us. My usual spiel is about improving your career and your personal finances. But thanks for taking the time to listen to me. I'll see you soon.